Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Dragon's Breath by E.D. Baker, narrated by Katherine Kellgren and directed by Julie Bacoyan.
Chapter 1. When I was a little girl, I dreamed about being a witch like my Aunt Gracina. I imagined that the next time a page stuck out his tongue at me, I'd wiggle my fingers and turn him into a salamander. If my nurse nagged me about the dirt on my clothes, I'd say a magic word and her voice would become a sparrow's chirp. If my mother scolded me for being clumsy and sent me to my chamber, I'd wave my hand, banishing her to some far-off cave guarded by trolls. I never did these things, of course, but I comforted myself with the thought that someday everyone who had been mean to me would be sorry. Someday I would be a witch, and no one would dare tell me that I wasn't as smart or pretty or graceful as a princess ought to be. Lately I had decided that those dreams were a waste of time. Although my grandmother and aunt were both witches, my mother hated magic and let everyone know it. According to her, no self-respecting princess would ever be interested in magic, not if she really wanted to make something of herself. She threatened to send me to a convent if she ever saw me try it. "They'll know how to keep you too busy for such nonsense," she told me more than once. If it hadn't been for my Aunt Gracina, I might have given up my dream entirely, but she said I had a talent that shouldn't be ignored. I resolved not to tell my mother I planned to study magic, and my attempts remained a secret between my aunt and me. In a way, I owed all the excitement in my life to my mother. Because she never seemed to want me around, I'd often wandered off to the swamp or to my aunt's tower chamber. Then, when my mother had tried to get me to marry a prince I couldn't stand, I hid in the swamp, unwilling to meet with him. There I met Edric, a prince who'd been turned into a frog. I'd ended up kissing Edric, and that kiss had turned me into a frog as well. The morning after I returned home as a human, I was eager to work on my magic, if only to gain more control over my suddenly crazy life. I had never learned how to cook, so I thought I'd use a spell to make breakfast for Gracina and my no-longer-a-frog friend, Prince Edric. I chose a recipe from one of Gracina's books, Wolanda's Big Book of Recipes.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?